Hello and welcome back to the Love Talk Show, and today we are here with a very hot topic, how to get the right person.
Yes.
So,
a single panel. So
yes,
everyone
with a
here
single
today,
panel.
single.
All bachelors.
And
Also-
bachelorette.
And bachelorettes. So, right person. How to get the right person. You know, nowadays people have lost, they have lost faith when it comes to relationships and, you know, even marriage per se. But then comes the question, right? How can I find the right person?
It's like this, since
Okay.
I think more and more people are giving up on finding the right one. They've tried, it didn't work. So some people do not believe they can.
Yeah.
Do you believe in today's world you can find the right person? Let's start with you, Bert.
Is it possible?
Is it possible to find the right person nowadays?
It is possible. Yeah. Once you sort of like get to know the person, you know, you date with the person for a particular period of time, you get to know them, you get to know their intentions, you know, once you find out what their goals are, what their vision is, if it's matching up with yours, and, you know, you'll be able to tell that that's the right person or not. And especially having gone through relationships in the past, you're able to dictate some of the things that you know, okay, that is maybe not right, or this is right. So with experience, I think it's easier to know who the right person is from my, you know, from my perspective.
But then let's say you do that, you go through that process,
Yes.
but you found out it's not the right person. So what do you do then? So you went to a relationship, or maybe this is the right person, and then you find out, oh, bummer, it's not. And then you go to the next one, and you know, you give yourself the chance, oh, it's not. Can you still find? What does it take to find? If you can, so what does it take to find the right person?
Oh, well, that's it.
I want you to pay attention today, because you need to follow a thought process, because in the end, there's going to be quite a reveal here.
A revelation
Yes.
today.
Wow.
Do you want to pass?
I think yes, I'm gonna pass. Anyone?
Pass to Moyo, please. Moyo,
What do you think, Maya?
have a shot.
Personally, I think the dating process is very important, but of course you have to approach it very rationally. From my own experience, my last relationship, I dated a woman for about 5 months, and if I'm to be honest, within a month I kind of knew this wasn't gonna last, and that's simply because I just was, you know, I would ask questions, I would see how she reacted to certain things. I was very, almost like a detective, like just trying to figure her out. And yeah, within a month, I kind of knew, okay, yeah, I don't see this going the long run. But personally, just out of pride.
But in the beginning, right at the beginning, you didn't think so?
At the beginning, of course not. That's why I entered into the relationship. But you know, the way I am, especially with the dating process, I analyze, and yeah, within a month, I kind of saw so many red flags that I was thinking,
So why did you stay for four more months?
yeah, it was pride, to be honest. You know, people suggested, and
I was just
kind of
wondering.
said, oh, you know, Moyo, think about it, you know, but after a month, I was like, oh, and I was like, no way am I gonna show to these lot that they were right. So I just kind of weathered the storm, but after 5 months, I couldn't hack it anymore. I had to let go, personally.
Your ship was already sinking. The storm caught you right there. Joshua, and then, is it possible to find the right person?
Actually, this question is really funny, because I think that we search in the wrong place. You know, in my age, we always search at the parties and the app, you know, and all these kind of things that we think is the source, but it's not. So if the person try to search, like, first of all, not the person, but the place, in like in a macro way, you know, I think would be better to find it.
So you see, Joshua, you have a thought there, Joshua. People are not finding the right person because they are looking in the wrong places.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thought.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
How about
that's
you,
it.
Maria?
Well, where do I start? I mean, for me, going back on my past relationship, for example, my ex-husband was an alcoholic. Imagine now me going into a pub and trying to find someone. Obviously, I'm going to be looking in the wrong place. I'm going to go back to square one. I'm not saying it's going to be the same, but obviously that's not what I want. For me, yeah, you can find the right person. You can. But you're not going to know if it's the right person from the beginning, obviously. So for me, it's very important for me to learn his background, get to know about the family, you know, learn about him, find ways, see who his friends are. You know, you need to play the detective. You know, you can't just look at a person and say, yeah, oh yeah, wow, you know, he's the right person, but you don't know his background. You don't know who his friends are. You don't know anything about him. You don't know, you know, I think that a lot of times it's good to know, like, the family.
But let's say you run the record, right? You get the whole thing from top to bottom, and you say, all right, this one seems to be a good prospect.
Yes.
And then you marry that person. But then after you marry that person, you get into that relationship, you know, more seriously, eventually getting married. Along the way, the thought comes that that person perhaps not the right one.
Yes.
And then, based on what? Because many people experience that, right? They get married,
Yes.
and after months or years within that relationship,
It depends.
they begin to entertain the thought, okay, maybe this is not the right person.
Yeah, because you all agree so far that you can find the right
can
person,
find the
right?
right person, yeah.
So it's possible to find the right person.
And you
so there
find the person.
Yes, there you are. Dating, everything is great. You found the right person. And then you get married. And years down the line, you realize, oops, perhaps not. So if that person was the right one, what do you do then?
What changed them?
Yeah.
Obviously, there are thousands of reasons. I know you're going to be thinking, oh, there are many reasons. But wasn't that person the right one at first? And
So
now
how
it turns
come?
out to be the wrong one.
Yeah, but then again, you're not going to date that person for 6 months or maybe even say a year and say, okay, right, that's it, marriage. No, it takes longer to know a person. It takes much longer than that.
I don't understand.
Really
Let's say it
got
takes long
to-
1-2 years then, if you want.
But then again,
I'm
like,
going to give you 3 then, 3 years. I'm going to an extra year. And then you say, this one is the right one. And then you marry that person.
but it depends what his mistakes are. You know, I mean, we're not looking for the perfect person because there's no such thing. Yeah. So it depends what the mistakes. Maybe there are things that you can work on. You know, it doesn't mean to say that you know, okay, well, no, I don't like that. That's it, divorce. No. There are things that you can work on. You can work together. You can be honest with each other, be open with each other. You don't have to be in a horrible way. Do you know what? You did this, but you know, I think, you know, but there are ways to sorting things out.
Right.
And if still the person doesn't change, especially if the person start putting their hands on you or whatever, then, well, I'm out.
But what do you think? Here's where we want to get, yeah? Let's say it's not you. Let's put someone else, because when it's someone else, it's easier for you to understand. They were great for each other. The girl found the right guy. Everything is great. And the next time you see them, let's say 5 years, she comes to you and says, you know, no, he's not the right person. What do you think could have happened? If you found the right one for life.
And they seemed right for each other.
Yeah. So what could have happened in 5 years that now the right person is no longer the right person?
I think personally it's due to them not investing in each other anymore. Maybe they've got into a routine. And the truth is, you're going to obviously find out things about the partner that is like, oh, I didn't realize this in the first year, because they might have been in that, you know, love phase. But I think it's down to them not investing in each other anymore, because it's like maintaining anything. You can't just expect it to function properly without really maintaining it, investing in each other. So if I was in that position, you know, I'm convinced this is the woman that I'm going to get married to, she's the right one, and then 5 years down the line, there's issues. Personally, I would think to myself, okay, Moyo, you knew what you was getting into. This is for the long run, so don't just give up. You know, what's the point of giving up? Because I think especially in this day and age, people are so quick to give up. They don't want to weather the storm. They think that it's going to last forever. They lack faith. But I feel as if you got to work on it. And no one's perfect. It's impossible to find someone that's perfect. But there's going to be hard moments. You know, I've heard of many people that have been married for years, and you know, they never said, "Oh, it was a bed of roses." They said, "Yeah, we had to go through some hard moments."
We don't hear much the word perfect, but we hear a lot right person.
Yeah, the
Can I
right
just-
one.
Why are you still single? Well, because I haven't found the right person yet.
Can I
Right?
just say something as well?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're in a relationship, okay, first of all, you thought that this was the right person, yes? But 5 years down the line, you kind of like realize it's not the right person anymore. But then, who is the one that changed? You know, maybe it's me that's changed. Maybe it's me that's maybe stopped giving.
Right.
And that caused the other person to change. That caused the other person to stop giving. I don't know. For me, that I have
Right.
to think of that possibility also.
Bertha.
I see Bertha wants to speak here, but I'm going to cut you, Bertha, so we can go for a break.
All right.
But then we'll hear when we come back. So stay with us.